Hello everyone, Mrs. Gigi here, and it's Wednesday, it's 2026, and I am ready for some fun creating this winter type journal that I am going to start with today. I spoke a little bit about it the other day, Monday, in a video. I am, for this winter journal, using ink and page and Debbie's wonderful junk journal January kit. She has released many pages, 50 of them, and a whole bunch of ephemera. So I am going to create a winter journal out of all of the pieces. It's going to be fun. Hello and welcome. Yeah, let's see what I can do. I definitely know that I will need glue. This is Eileen's tacky glue for those of you interested in that. And glue, I was thinking of just using it like this, but then again, you know, I'm a little bit complicated, so I will cut the whole thing apart and glue and glue and glue. So I hope that you had a wonderful day, Melvin. Let's see what we can do. These could be easy, just putting it on like that, but I'm going to cut it apart. So it's just a matter of starting it. No squares or no squares, it's gonna be a patchwork in the end. So yeah, I don't even know if I'm actually going through with the actual patches that we have here. Hello Mike, welcome. It might actually be that I do this first page like that and then just tearing it apart. And to be totally honest, I was planning on just tearing these. Looked at it again, and of course no, I'm going to make it a little bit more difficult to myself than it might have been. So Debbie created a wonderful piece of kit here with all of these, and it's actually going to be really fun using them. Imagine this is just a tiny little part of daily ephemera pieces, the first couple of days here, and it's going to be released throughout the whole month actually. So ink and page is her the page that she's using, and yeah, it's going to be a fun journal in the end. Probably a little bit of an alligator mouth too, because I'm going to use it throughout the winter time, and I know for sure that it will be filled with all kinds of things. I'm just cutting these. The preparations, I don't know. I sometimes say it's the process with these things, but then again, it's a little bit of a thing to do the preparations. Or is it that I like to do, not prepare? I don't know. See, at least one of these done, and are we actually going to just start? Because I don't know, I've prepped 4 of these, actually printed 4 of them out just in case. But we will start, and yeah, we're going to use the bigger brush for the glue. Makes the spreading of it way easier. I haven't used this, and it's tacky glue, so hopefully it's not all in. Let's see, let's make it like this. Oh, that was a lot. I definitely do not need. Let's put it back. I will have to seal it though, so there will be quite a lot of glue used. But let's just put it back. Or do at least part of this thing right. Usually I'm doing this for fun. Not a channel that teaches anything here, but it's one of those teacher by day, but definitely not in this situation, because you know, I don't like to. That's what it is. I don't like to be a teacher each and every second of my day, so that's why. I am going to use glue and then let this whole thing dry. After that I'm going to sew, because I'm thinking that might be the complicated part of me too, but I'm going to sew in the patches. Going for that offline though, because I definitely know that will take time. So you know, just going like this. Just put it. I'm not really going to put the whole thing together exactly like they were, but then they will be kind of similar in a way. And of course overlapping and everything, so yeah, it will be, it's somewhat of a question mark for me too in this. So it might just end up being a whole mess of glue here today, but that's part of the process. I realized when doing these, like prepping these things, that it might actually be that I do a totally different thing in the end. Usually I don't really plan out, or you know, in some ways I do have a plan, but I am definitely a go with the flow type of person when it comes to creativity. So yep, it is what it is. And I will probably come up with some sort of different thing in the end. The one thing that I know though is that I will look into, because I was thinking doing this totally random, but no, I don't. That one, I need to kind of figure this one out, and of course kind of thinking about the colors over here. Let's see. So as this is going to be the first journal of the year, it's a little bit of a messy situation here. I have so many things prepped for the journal, and I'm actually trying to use up what I have. That's kind of the main thing for whatever I do, but I'm trying. So actually, I don't know if you saw the stream yesterday together with my friend Create with Becca over at hers. I've actually managed to do what I've been trying for, I don't even know, several years. I've been talking to her about downsizing in her craft room, and she's finally done it. I'm amazed. I'm totally amazed. For her, it has been a process. I'm the one just throwing things out. Definitely. That's why I kind of feel like this thing might be thrown out in a couple of weeks when I'm done with it. Let's put this one down here. No, definitely not. I don't know what it was, but I felt it didn't really fit there, did it? So the thing that I'm thinking, or at least in my mind, I have a vision of gluing this one, let it dry, sew around each, or not every maybe, but some of the patches here, creating in that sense a pattern for this whole thing. Let's just put it down there. And this one here. I don't know who it was. Was it Laura over? She talked about a couple of years back about glue and don't think. That might be the thing here. You don't really want to do much more than just put things down. The spine here could definitely be a problem, but we will kind of figure it out along the way. Do I want that there? It felt right, didn't it? In this case, I'm going, the spine is over here, but yet again, I think I will kind of cover it with fabric or something in the end, so yeah, it won't be as visible as this. So let's see. We need more of these, at least one more page, I would say. Cutting it apart again, starting it over, and more glue. Glue is kind of fun in a way. And it's just a matter of finding the right one. Eileen's tacky glue, which is the one that I'm using today, is to me at least one of the best in terms of me being in Sweden. I have often talked about glue in terms of it actually has, it has a temper in a sense. Glue tend to dry up on you. It's a whole thing, and it's one of those, like if it's cold outside, if it's warm outside, where are you on the globe type situation. Like if you're in Florida, let's say, with 80, 90 degrees, you can use certain type glues better than others. I know that, is it barely glue or what? Yeah, I think it is. You cannot, or at least I have had the experience that you cannot ship it over here because it will dry during the shipping process. Yeah, with the colder temperatures here, I don't really remember, was it the Uhu glue? It's just, yeah, it's dried up, or it is too watery, the sense of glue just acting up. So this is, as of right now, a little bit too watery, but I will sew and prep the whole thing several times. I would say that it takes maybe 2 coats of glue over this whole thing to too. So yeah, we'll see. But blue is definitely one. That's a little bit tricky. And then of course, when it comes to glue, there are this like, you know, glue like this, the Eileen's tacky glue, a nice one. And then there are these, the Pritt glue stick, cheap, I don't know about the cheap thing there, but going to be warm all week here. It's sunny and warm. Oh, send some to me. Sunny and warm. I know I've spoken about winter. I know I've been speaking about it as in I don't like winter, the muddy part of winter, the yeah, the ups and downs in temperatures and things. But now we have like 15, 16 inches of snow just from yesterday, and I don't even know. It is cold. At least it is ski weather. I don't know about you, but for those of you that like skiing, it's the perfect weather here. And I like it the way it is. The thing about it though, I know for a fact that not in a couple of days, but it will eventually just melt. And I hate when that happens. I hate it. A box of warm weather would come. Oh, yep. I'm wondering that too. We might try it. I am definitely more of summery type person. When I actually have been going through my wardrobe lately and realized, like, and I'm not really kidding. Remember, I'm living in Sweden. We have 4 seasons. We have mostly like muddy, grayish, boring autumn seasons. No, not really, but you know. And then winter season is like extended to the, I don't even know, like it is, it's not even funny. I have like 85 or 90% of dresses in my wardrobe. I don't know how that happened. I have no clue how that happened. So with, I would say maybe a month. No, not really. Maybe two months if in a good season we have like really warm weather. So what are those like 85 or 90% of dresses doing in my closet? I have no clue. Don't get me wrong, overnight or colder morning. A chill house. Oh, I just realize more and more I definitely need to. I need a warmer climate in my life. That's just me. Is it unusual for Kentucky? I don't know. I don't know the usual climate where you are, but in a way it's kind of similar to Sweden, I would say. Hello, Maddie. Nice to see you. I hope you're feeling a little bit better today. No, I have, yeah. Let's just hope that the snowy part of the day is coming to an end. And like usual, there is someone in my craft room wanting something. Like, what is it? Oh, it's one of my daughters. She wants to do some sort of thing here. Don't be surprised if they just, I'm starting speaking Swedish, or I don't know, that happens. Happens quite a lot. Nej, vi har inte det. Jag vet inte var det är någonstans. So, yeah, asks a lot those. The kids. Hey då. Bye. Let's see, hopefully soon. What? This is just, yeah. With the, I don't know. Let's have our fingers crossed. It will be nice in then. We all know that it will be, but who would have imagined? Not much different. We are having a normal weather, but this year, oh no, I know. Is it normal? Like I don't know. There is definitely something strange going on. Definitely something strange. I don't know, cold when it's not supposed to be cold, warm when it's not supposed to be, like, yeah. And warm. I feel like I want to move. I want to move, like, with the warmer weather. And yeah, will probably be on my, I wish it was on my to-do list, but I know for a fact it won't be, at least not in the near future. And let's figure this one out. That will be the spine. We'll just put it there. No, I'm not. I'm going to put it further up like that. Kind of do a thing over here. Let's see, just putting that one there. This is getting all good up. And more small little squares we need for this one. So winter journal. Why is it? And when doing a winter journal or any journal, I have actually thought of, like, this to me is winter because it's ice blue and things. We talked about color theory yesterday on the stream, and why is it that we always think about certain colors with, you know, certain seasons or certain, like, periods? Saying that because I know that some parts of the world, they don't really have the seasons like I do, or other parts of the world. Minus 1.1. Oh, that's a thing, Barry. 1.1 to I have no clue. Let's see. You're seeing, yeah, that's Celsius. I'm always confused. Sometimes I speak Fahrenheit and sometimes I speak Celsius. It's a whole thing for me. It's the same like with the time zones. I have no clue. I have no clue about those things anymore like I've had in the past. It's a whirlwind of having friends all over the world. That's what it is. Let's see, can we just pour a tiny bit of thing here? So I'm thinking I will have to look into that. No, Google is a friend of mine, or I don't know if you use like Alexa or something. Let's see, minus, what did they have, like 10? Let's figure that one out. I think it's not that cold in Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's 14 degrees Fahrenheit. So, but I don't know, it feels more like 0. That's what's the strange thing about it though. It doesn't really feel that cold. For you know, in my work, we do have I would say like recommendations and things, because we cannot go out with the kids when it's too cold. It's dangerous for them. So yeah, we do have recommendations about that. To 30 to 20. No, yeah. So we had 14 today. Am I overthinking this? It's just of slapping them down, aren't they? Like, probably will not even look like this in the end. We definitely have to do something with this. This is going to be the front of the cover in the end. So no, why did I put it like that? Or why am I not doing that more? One might wonder about that. We're going to cover most of it. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I need to learn how to not cover everything, because that in itself is art too. Or that's at least what I feel. This one is way too big. That's what I'm feeling. It could be kind of cool. Why didn't I thought about that? Oh, I wish I would have. To start with, on the front cover. Would have been the best, wouldn't it? Like that. Going... Oh no, that's too pale. Let's throw that one away. We won't use that. Going on there like a lot of glue. Please remind me this needs to be in warm water afterwards. I don't know if you will be able to remind me, but yeah. Hopefully I will remember myself, because I know it's a hell of a struggle when it's all dried up. It takes way too much time to clean it. And I'm amazed by those of you with the patience sometimes. But I can't have that when I don't know, when I want to. Let's see, like that, going in here. Do I need some yellow, like that one? The one here. I feel like I do. Planning this way too much, am I? And that's a yellow kind of part down here. We'll cut that one out. Use it. And this one. Like that. Doing this way. I probably will cut that one apart so I can use it for, you know, several places. And who am I? I thought it would fit there perfectly, but yeah, it will do. It will do. Let's see, I feel like I want to have a yellow thing over here. Like I haven't put enough over here as of yet. Let's put it. Now it will probably come in a hole. Yep. Sorry. Getting all gooey and wet over here, but no, the waiting process of getting this thing all dry That's always a process in itself. Kind of like that piece of pattern, so let's put it down like that. Take this little piece, maybe put there. So 50 pieces of paper in this journal. That's a lot of pages. That's definitely a lot of pages. Let's see, I stayed in what chat? Sleep, didn't sleep, did not sleep last night at all. What am I reading? What am I reading? Oh, I can imagine it being hard though. I didn't get too much sleep either, to be totally honest. For myself, I would say that's kind of life in a sense. My life is it's a little bit of a struggle, but sometimes sometimes I've been saying that sleep is overrated. Not really too sure about it, but it definitely feels like it sometimes. Or is it that I have so much going on in my mind that I have to, I have the feeling that 24 hours of the day isn't enough. Sometimes that's actually true. It is. And I can, I'm just speaking for myself, but I can imagine several of us feel like that. 24 hours is definitely not enough. So many, way more fun plans. I'm actually really glad that I will be able to do a whole lot of things over here in a different way that I've done. And for those of you that don't know, like the last year and a half, I would say, it's been a thing here over in YouTube with my channel. I don't know what happened. I went back to school and working at the same time, so yeah. But then I felt I definitely needed the change for this year, so I'm changing up to be a better YouTube person. Is that what it is, really? Swapped rooms 2 weeks ago and not really. Yeah, the changes. It is. It's a thing. Yes, again, more yellow. Why is it too? I don't know. Should I just go with proper like yellow, as in? Now looking at the ephemera pieces for this, am I going to use all of them as ephemera pieces, or am I going to just put it on the cover? And there are at least, yeah, that's tickets. Those are fun. Of this one, yellow. A whole bunch of. No, I'm not going there today. I am cutting this apart again, using these because I've used those. Let's use this brown again. Somewhere, just the tiny small little bits that needs to be covered. And then we will have to look into what to do with the pages. 50 pages, and I'm not sure I will be able to use every page. Not in the in the terms of having them as actual pages. I will use them, but not like pages. Let's see, putting that tiny little bit there. And of course all the glue has dried up on me. Or it has dried enough that I don't really feel like I can move the things around. Glue thingy. Let's see, what are you doing there? Rooms, oh, the darker rooms. Yep. Or not, I say yep, but I'm actually lying, am I? No. I like dark rooms, but in the sense that I tend to sleep quite well with a light lit. Is that what you say? Yeah. Now, sometimes I feel like English isn't my first language, so sometimes, and at least during the holidays now when I've spoken so much Swedish, it's a little bit of a whirlwind in my head trying to figure out all the words. It's the fun thing though with words and different languages, and I don't know, with most of my viewers in the US or in Britain, I'm not sure about this, but I would say like most of you know, of course, English, but it's not as common to know many other languages. And I've actually realized, like in school where I work, even the smaller, like the younger ones, the kids that don't really use the Swedish language correctly, that's a strange way of maybe talking about it, but you know, they do speak English quite well. And that amazes me. And then I realized, you know, everything on television, on all the apps, you know, with things going on, like everything, everywhere is, of course, or mostly, I would say, American English. I've realized I've changed that one quite a bit. I've spoken about it before. I used to speak proper British English. Now it's a whirlwind of everything. And it kind of bugs me in a way. Because I do love, like, the proper British English is, yeah, that's really nice. Why? Look at it, like up here, the same piece close together. That's a big no. Let's put this one. That's another new. That's a new. Let's put this one. No, not too many pieces left, and then the letting it dry process, and we have to figure this one out there. Actually drying quite well already. You can slipping into Swedish. I have actually spoken Swedish on some of my videos, thinking like a couple of years back that I would do Swedish videos. Realized it's not as fun. I like the Swedish language, but it's definitely not as fun. And I think, to be honest, it had to do with this junk journal thing that I started. It isn't as big in Sweden as in like the US or anywhere else. It's definitely not. But yeah, I don't know, speaking Swedish. for one, of course, you know, I speak Swedish in, I would say, of course, at home. I would lie if I'm not like, of course I speak Swedish at home, but we speak English too, and a whole bunch of other languages too. But then I kind of feel like international type language, like everybody knows English, so it felt more natural to me to speak English on here. Let's see, that one definitely needs more glue, smaller bits and pieces, and we will have to put this one, we will have to put those together, do we? No. That's way too similar in color, and let's break it apart. Just felt like it needed something there, and of course this is way too small. We need something down here. Take in something dark blue. So let's see, we had 15-16 inches of snow, and it's coming down more. They are actually having like warnings for tomorrow. School starts tomorrow for all of, not all, but most of the kids over here in Sweden. Like it started today or tomorrow. So you know, they had warnings like all over, like literally saying like, if you don't need to go, stay home. That's what it was. And you can imagine kids there, you know, if you don't need to go to school, which is the thing that most kids feel, I would say, you would stay home, wouldn't you? To be honest, I would too, actually. Yeah. And for those of you wondering, no, we don't have snow days in Sweden. That wouldn't be possible because we wouldn't be in school at all this time of year, which would be kind of fun though. It would be. Yeah, we have actually talked about it at work. If we would have had snow days, like half of the year wouldn't be able to have the school open at all, and that isn't an option. Absolutely not an option. Hello, Caroline. Welcome, welcome. And you know, I have two very important things in here, and I will have to show you. This is a water thing for my colors that I'm using. The other thing, today it's up over here, so yeah, it's the coffee cup, and almost cold, but you know, it's there. Sometimes I do, you know, it has happened that I put the brush in the wrong one. Of course, realize the second I put it down, and then you know, yeah, I didn't today, which is a great thing though. But let's just cut this. I don't even know if it is visible, these type of small little patterns on this. It's a tiny bit of blue-ish pattern. It's again a little thing. So cold coffee is standing over there. Sometimes I don't know, is it a little friend of mine just saying that I'm there? I don't know. Yeah, but sometimes I actually drink a little bit, but depending on if I need to think, it's where I go. It's not what it is. We need to cut a big one out. Let's see. It won't really be too visible in the end, so I don't really. Let's just use this, cut it apart twice like that, and that one, and that one. No, how is it? That one. Yep. Putting this away. Talked about sewing this, of course, not in this stage because it will ruin the whole sewing machine. So it is covered. It needs to dry, of course, which will be, yeah, it will be dried later on. It's a little bit of a colder temperature in this room, so it will take a little bit of time. I will sew parts of this down, so probably like later on this week I'll show you. We'll sew around this too, and then the fun part begins, to just actually use it as a journal. We will put it aside and then look into what type of pages we are actually going to use. Let's throw these small little pieces. So for this one, as these, like, you can see it for yourself. Some of the pages are plainer, that you want to use them as background pages of some sort, but some are more, of course it's upside down for you. This is somewhat more of a patterned one. It's going to be folded like that for a page. It's going to be a tricky one to use though, so I'm thinking something like this, putting it like that, actually sewing. Usually I print out the page on the other side, but I felt like I needed some texture in this journal. I don't know what it is with me and wintertime. Either I go like full on all different kinds of things, or I leave it as plain as possible. Like for this year, I feel like it will definitely be a more like textured journal for the beginning of the year. For last year, for those of you who haven't seen, I just created a writing journal. This is written in Swedish, so I don't really know if any of you kind of understands, but this is, I needed a quick one, like something to write. I had a lot of things going on, so yeah. It is a journal with Dutch doors, they are called, but I'm definitely not going with those type of things in this journal because these pages are beautiful. So because they are 50 of these, and no, I haven't quite looked through all of them. Sometimes I do plan these type of things, but most of the time don't, because it has a, it's a thing too. Like, look at these. I need to show you, looking through them. Like, this is a proper like writing page, and look at this beautiful one. Putting those two together. I know that there are not as many of those like proper writing pages. Like, look at this beautiful flower, is it? This could be used as a writing page together with, let's see. which one? This is a beautiful one, isn't it? The upside down now. Like, let's think about this. How, yeah, it will go this way. The leaves and everything. Sometimes you kind of have to think about it a little bit. Yeah, it's this way. With this, do I like that? No. You know why? Because it's blue and green on blue and green. So we will have to figure that one out. This might be nicer. Could you be used as a writing page? For this one though, let's think about it. I'm going the opposite way, folding it this way. It will be twisted and turned. Don't be surprised. Before I have this whole figured out, it will be a whole whirlwind of twisting and turning and looking and the thought process. Let's see. I kind of like this one to go with that. We're going the other way around with that one too, maybe. So the folding will be like a page there and that one. And then this could definitely, these are clouds, so let's see what we have. This is quite a nice one with some swirly things going on there. Bases, of course, the blue one. The blue one will... It's so many things, so many ideas. Let's see, these, they won't really go together in the sense, let's think. So we'll have that one open there, and then yeah, that's kind of neat. It's kind of a nice thing. More patterns and a little bit more of a neutral one. This is patterned, and the flowery ones are down here again. Flowers, that's the one. Butterflies, another beautiful one. These, let's see, do we have any other? Let's think, do we want to have it? No, it is, yeah, it's that way around. So we will have it like that for a page. Let's think, yeah. Because this is going to be like, it's not going to be sewn in like separate signatures like this. So it will be folded around, which means it's going to be chunky and somewhat like, you know, like that. In this case, not going like blue and blue. I like more like brownish yellow and blue together. So yeah, we will see. This one is, yep, that's the thing. I tend to like those two together. I know they won't really be visible other than if you fold them like that, and then on the up, you know, you actually just know that the opposite page will be that one. Or are we going like that to have a page? Let's see, how is it with that butterfly? Yeah, that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat, like that. We have this one. And another kind of plain one, somewhat of a watery page. It's water on water, like that. I do feel like we need to use that. I'm also going to use all of these pages like backgrounds for tags and things, so for this one, going totally plain with a thing like that. So, where are we in terms of the journal? Let's think about it. So as you can see, it's going to be a thick one in the end. That is somewhat of a plain thing. I like that one a lot. We definitely need to use that. Let's see. Looking into, that's a winter themed one as well. I don't know if it is winter as in, I feel more like Christmassy vibes, but yeah, I don't know what's with this. Like, this is Christmas to me, or winter Christmassy, this part. Watery theme, are we going with that water? Like that. Yeah, could probably go. And cloud, the cloud page. And yep, more into the, this is more springish summer, but it's the purple and the blues and the things, so let's go with those. Or this one, let's think. Those two don't really go together, do they? Even though, let's think. This is the tricky part. The part that takes most time. Going like that, folding it out. Yeah. Probably a nice journal in the end, and no one would even notice this type of process. So are we now thinking, like, this is definitely going to be a thing. Are we going to start? Is this going to be the cover of the actual signature? Let's see. Definitely not that one. This is kind of beautiful too. Or are we going with a more plain one? Plain. Could go with this one. It's kind of plain, but you can put something on here. The water theme. No. This is quite nice, isn't it? It reminds me of home. It reminds, it's the beginning of the story or whatever. I don't know what I will use the journal for. Probably some sort of writing journal or art journal, or you know, like adding in things throughout the winter time. So the tricky part, if we would start this one like that, putting it, opening it up, yet again, this, I don't like those two together. Those are way more, yeah, I kind of like those. Let's figure it out. Going back and forth, of course. And yet again, like if those are, we definitely need 2 in this case. Think a little bit about the, let's see, we are going the other direction with that, because I don't really, let's see, like that. So this is the writing space, somewhat of a writing space or something if you like. This is a writing space. Yet again, I want to have the writing space on the other side too. So those 2 definitely not. That is nicer to me, but not close to the thing that I like. But let's go. We have no time to waste. Is that what it is? Those. Yep. It might actually be that I put another type. That is a definite no. That's way too much of pattern going on the same spread. That's nicer. Let's see, what did we say had it there? Needed to be like that. The middle of the signature too. We have to figure that one out. Do we like to have this one as the middle of the signature? Which in that case will be this. No. No. Of course we do not like those. Kind of needs to have those together, and let's figure these one. No. Going back and forth again. The creative process has only begun. Let's figure this one out. That's way too much pattern. Let's see if we just go with this and this. Changing it up as we go. Isn't that a beauty? I do like these 2 together. I'm not sure if I will use it like a daily journal, like this is going to be one day and that the other, or if I want to have like these 2 go together. So that's why I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I'm thinking ahead in a sense, and not, because you know, sometimes it's kind of nice to be able to do that, but sometimes no. Let's see if we put those 2. Not as nice, but it could be a thing. Let's go with these. A little bit too much of patterny thing. Let's see. That's still a nice like spread to have in the middle. And then of course, have we forgotten about anything? Like this is of course a signature there, but let's look into this one. I don't know if it will go with any of the other pages per se. Not in this. This is might be a little bit too plain. It's a lot of things going on, and yeah, I will leave it like this because it will definitely not look like this in the end. I will be sure of that. Hello, Jen. Nice to see you. And we are going for, are we going to just leave these? I do love this watery thing. This one. This needs to go in there. It's going to be a really thick one to sew in, that's for sure. But we will have to look through. Like, if we're going to use that watery themed, are we going with one more pattern or even less pattern? Like that's what I'm kind of debating with myself. Or are we going like more of same type situation? Those could go together. That is yellowish brown and then green. This one could be. All of these pages are really, really nice. So it's hard to just decide upon which one to use. These two might be too similar. You, Jen, what do you think? These are maybe too similar in color. And then I would have preferred, let's look into this one for instance. Like that. Let's see, no. Let's look into if we have it like that. It's kind of neat to have those. Those two go like this one. Or do we want to have it on the opposite side? Let's figure it out. Who am I? Just wanting it like that, and the patterny thing going on like that instead. That is neat. That is a thing. The tricky part, isn't it, Jen? Or are you, you know, I don't know. It was like a long time no see, but do you create journals anymore? I don't know if you do. I need to like kind of go to your channel and look it up again. Like for most of us, I would say it's probably changed a bit in terms of what you create and not, because there was a lot of us starting out with the pandemic when that one was, you know. I do love those. Let's figure this. Is this the right way around? I'll have to look into the flowers, and I would say yes. Yeah, because I like this one. This is a grayish brown together with that. Of course I cannot do anything about it, and you know it is going to be chunky, as you see, like with this. We'll have to figure it out, and a whole bunch of ribbons, fabric, lace, yeah, and I don't know how many pages have you used. It was 50 of them to start with. I'm going to sew these together, so like 2 of them like this. 1, 2, how many? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, let's see, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 pages, almost half of the pages. still working on the frog and what? The toad and the frog, because it's, oh, 8.5 by 11. Ooh, that's a nice size though. 8.5 by 11 piece of, yeah, that's definitely a nice size. I don't know if you remember the big journal that I had created, like I think it was like 20, it must have been like 2022 or something. I had like I don't even know how many pages there were, like 200 or 250 pages, something like that. And I just added in throughout the whole year, like the big 2022. I think I have it on the playlist, I think. Yeah, it's on the play, like a big chunky 2022 book, and yeah, it was 250 pages. It will be uh, it is a fun thing though when you start out, and I'm amazed, like last year, that I don't know what happened to me, because I'm actually going to say what happened to me. The writing journal turned out like this. To be truthful, I have written in it, but I realized when I was all finished, I needed another type journal, which was the one I haven't, I'm not able to show you. But let's see. I have one that I can show you. It's a little bit of a different thing. Let's see. This is flatter than it used to be, because I've had it like stored. But this is more a journal, like it ends up with, my usual writing journals. So it's a little bit of a total difference in comparison. So this is actually, I don't know what happened here, 3 months. No, it's a whole whirlwind of, yeah, things, all kinds of things. But this is, I would say, what this coming journal is going to kind of look like, in the sense of just putting in things. It will be different, of course, because this I just had scrap bits and pieces. The girl on the front. Oh, this one. This is, I think it was done by Brooke. Oh, what's her name again? She is, she had some monthly kits. Oh, seriously. I did her, like, the digitals for, oh my word, I've totally forgotten about it. I have been busy. I have. That's why I'm really glad that I have been able to do this, like change it up a lot in this coming year. I'm definitely going for a big change in terms of this, trying to do something serious over here again for once. In, saying that with a little bit of a, it's, this to me is supposed to be relaxing, something fun. And it is. But yet again, I do want to, create something. Not just slap something down and be done in like a couple of minutes. Which can sometimes be the case. Yeah, but I feel like I really do want to make like a proper thing in a sense. And I have somehow created time. I don't know how that happened. I yeah, maybe I've invented some sort of thing. 24 hours. I began talking about that at the beginning of this stream. But yeah, I definitely wished that each and every day had more than 24 hours. And somehow I've managed to kind of go around that hourly thing. Is that what it is? So, what did we say? Did we say 24 pages? With that, it means, is this 20? Oh, it can't be. It was 50 pages in the beginning of this. 24 pages here will have to be the journal. And we are going to look further into these. Look at these beauties. Junk Journal January kits released every day throughout the month. Beautiful things. I don't know if I will. This is an envelope. It will be like folded in, used as an envelope type thing. I will probably not use that. We always start off strong with, I know, with intention. Don't say that. I'm actually going through with it this year, Jen. Whispering to myself, you know, you'll never know the end result, but I have a thing planned. For once, I have a thing planned. Yeah, this is the Junk Journal January done over at Pink and Page by Debbie. So, I have done it, I don't know, so many years. But this year, I don't know, she just made a beautiful pair of things. So I felt I needed to use them. And, yeah. For me, I don't really have too much time, so it was a nice one to have, like the base. Look at these. These are really, really beautiful. I would say this was 50 pages, but to be honest with you, throughout January with this Junk Journal January kit thing, Debbie releases one kit every day. Almost. Like there is a couple of pages and ephemera pieces like this. This is just the first couple of days. Seriously. I think this is like the 3 days or something. Maybe 4. No, I don't know. But they are amazing. Look at it, in so many things. You can create all kinds of things. Belly bands and pockets, and yeah, she's outdone herself maybe. That's what it is. And then for those of us, or if you want to do some sort of tags or whatever, smaller numbers for the tags, or index cards, or however you like to create bigger ones, fun ones to use all of the days, and then some plain ones if you want to use those. And small like squares like this, tickets, and this is just 4 days in. Like I had to actually go through all of this in thinking, like, I cannot, for even though I would love to, but I cannot like print out everything. I know I will eventually because I need to. But all of these, yeah, it's amazing. She's done a wonderful work. So I will have links down in the description box for this Junk Journal January kit and all the information from Debbie, ink and page. So you have to sign up to be able to create with these, but you know what the beauty, and for me to be truthful, I used to do digital art, which meant I don't even know how many gigabytes, or even, yeah, it wasn't terabytes of course, but it was a bunch of gigabytes, like loads, with digital pages of my own, digital pages of, you know, created by other people. And that was like my world in the computer, creating digital art. And then I suddenly felt a couple of years back I needed to create with my hands, like actual create, because I used to paint, like oil paint and things, but I felt I needed to do something like this. So I ended up buying so many digital kits and finding so many digital kits online for free, like freebies and things. I don't even know. I have no clue how much I have. The beauty of it though, it's in this little tiny little, you know, hard drive. It doesn't really take too much space other than all the files and things, but you know, it doesn't really take too much space. So you have it there forever and ever, and if you want to use it, it's just a matter of a click away and you can print them out. That's the beauty. So yeah, it's the same with these. You have to sign up to be able to reach them, but it's worth it, definitely. Yeah. So this, it is yeah, it's going to be fun. I will leave it like this for now. We will have to look into the cover. This yeah, it is almost dry. You have a ton of digital. Yeah, I can imagine having a ton of digitals too. I know for a fact that I'm not really speaking for myself. You know, the whole community, we have a whole bunch of things. And yeah, like I do most of the time, I put a link down below in the description box. And then you can go there for yourself and just look if you want to have anything. For this cover, I have a plan of sewing around, sewing in some of these, and you know, of course I need a whole bunch of more glue. It needs to be sealed, but for now I will leave it like this because it's a little bit too cold in here today to just do another layer. So at least we've done something today. I will probably look through. There will be, you know, as the signature will start like this, there will be lace down here. I will figure this, you know, it's just a thing you always have to do, figure out the length of the actual pages, because when you fold them automatically, as you know, these are way too many pages actually, but you know, it tends to be like smaller and smaller space there in the middle part of the actual spine, so it folds out like that. But no one will ever notice in the end. It always starts out like this if you have a thick journal. So You still have things on Etsy? Yeah, I think I do too. It's a thing. Um, but this is somewhat ready to be folded and things. And yeah, I will continue this in another stream. But for now, oh, thank you so much for watching there, Maddie. Yeah, it's going to be a real creative process, actually doing something in this, writing, adding fabric, adding lace, adding, yeah, I don't know. The most fun thing about it though will be the flip through in the end. It's always like that. Uh, but that will be like in February or something. So for now, have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Thank you so much for those of you that has been with me in chat. And I will be back again tomorrow with another video. With the live streams, for those of you who haven't heard, I'll go live twice a week. Tuesdays, together with my friend Create with Becca, we have started our yearly project with the color of the year. The colors of the year in color theory, color palette type creative process. So that is every Tuesday and Wednesdays as usual. I don't know, like as usual I say, but I have done it. Started out like Friends Day on a Wednesday a couple of years back, but I've been here almost every Wednesday since. So yet again, next Wednesday, if not sooner. Have a wonderful day, everyone, night or evening, or whenever you look at this stream. Bye.